right. Most of the shops in here in Ludlow are the small independents, and so it's very important to try and keep them busy. Um, because they're small independents, we don't get a tremendous amount of turnover, but when the shop does come up, it's usually not on the market for very long, which is great because it doesn't look like a barren high street.
Fantastic news. Well, look, we hope it continues to go well. We hope that those clouds disappear for you, Bill. Thanks very much. And let us know where you're heading to this bank holiday weekend, actually. If you're going to visit some places, perhaps nearby, that you just wanted to visit and never got round to, and I'd quite like going for a potter in the afternoon. Get in touch, newsonsky.com this morning. Let us know where you're heading to. Yesterday I was going on about woozworld in Nottingham, the home of superheroes. Worth a visit, free to hit as well. Let's get a check on the score for you this morning.
Thanks very much, Stephen. Well, after their best start to a season for 5 years, Liverpool are level on points with Premier League leaders Chelsea this morning. They beat Aston Villa 1-0 at Villa Park. Daniel Sturridge with the only goal of the game. It's the first time Liverpool have won their opening 2 matches since 2008. England will be presented with the urn as the Ashes series comes to an end later. The match heading for a draw and a 3-0 series win for England after rain wiped out play on day 4 of their final test. The forecast is much better though for today, with England due to resume on 247 for 4. That's 245 behind Australia. The Sunday Times newspaper says it's settled its legal dispute with Lance Armstrong. The paper had been forced to pay Armstrong £300,000 in damages in 2006 after claiming he'd used banned substances. After the US anti-doping agency reported overwhelming evidence of his drug use last year, the paper countersued Armstrong for £1 million. They've now come to a confidential settlement. And Lewis Hamilton will start today's Belgian Grand Prix on pole. Hamilton will start ahead world champion Sebastian Vettel in second.
Lovely stuff. Lisa, thank you. Let's get a check on the weather for you then this morning. Phil over there at Ludlow saying that dark clouds over there look like they're going to clear. Joe, is it a better day in prospect?
Well, it couldn't really be worse, could it? I mean, let's be honest. Yesterday we had about 2 inches of rain in some parts of Yorkshire, in fact, many central areas, and even in the London area we had some flash flooding too. So that rain, it's now going away. It has been replaced by an area of low pressure close to Kent, and that's still feeding a few showers in. But in essence, we're looking at some dry weather today.
As the fog hangs warily over London, we can offer something to cheer you up.
Yeah, so the brightest skies this morning are over western parts of the country. And we'll see temperatures there rising to around 23 degrees Celsius, that's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In the east, a little more in the way of cloud, but that will move its way westwards. It'll thin and break, and we're looking at a general improvement. Those showers in the southeast, though, they may be a little bit sharp. They'll move their way into central areas and then up towards the west before eventually this evening they'll start to die away. So we've got high pressure building from 2 directions actually. There's one area of high pressure over Scandinavia, another one building in the south, and so things look very well starred for tomorrow. We should have a mostly dry night. Temperatures overnight 11 or 12 degrees Celsius in the west, so that's quite nice and fresh, possibly still a little bit humid over eastern areas. And then through the course of the day, any low cloud or mist that comes in overnight, that will burn off. And we're looking at some lovely sunny spells. Temperatures in the south up to around 25 or 26 degrees Celsius. That's 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
Weather updates, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
Joe, thank you. Anna Jones is up with all your main news in just a moment, including the latest on Syria, of course, as David Cameron discusses possible military plans with Barack Obama. The Philippines has been battered once again.
This was swift Chinese justice, a murder trial in just 1 day.
And then, with a bow and a handshake, an American president made history.
Do you think Chinese people are fairly satisfied?
Try to enrich, try to get things. Just don't question the
further hampers the Shetland recovery mission. And at the Oval, England will be presented with a famous urn on the final day of the Ashes.
This is Sky News with Anna Jones.
Hello, good morning. An Iranian army chief is warning of severe consequences should the US intervene in Syria. David Cameron and Barack Obama have spoken amid concerns about Wednesday's alleged chemical weapons attack near Damascus. They discussed what's being described as a serious response to the crisis. The US military says it's ready should force be called for. Sky's Stephen Douglas reports.
When they last met in June, there were claims that chemical weapons had been used in Syria. Now, there's a growing amount of evidence. Obama's reaction has been cautious, but we've been given the strongest indication yet that military intervention is now being considered. After a phone call between the two leaders, Downing Street said they reiterated that significant use of chemical weapons would merit a serious response from the international community, and both have tasked officials to examine all the options. This is the clearest sign that chemical weapons have been used. The charity Doctors Without Borders says more than 3,500 patients have been treated this week with neurotoxic symptoms, 355 of whom died.
We want to request or to wish is that the experts, UN or other independent experts, should go to the affected zone to clarify what's happened and who did this.
UN weapons